Cynthia Freeland's here, so she's going to help us fix all of that and find the best fit for these guys. Baldy on deck as well. Let's dive into some impact players still on the free agent market, starting with a couple of pass rushers. Justin Houston had 8 sacks last season. Where does he fit best in?
Well, when I went through and figured out my win share totals, meaning where they could provide the biggest uptick in wins for teams, Atlanta popped up for me, for Houston. Why? Well, when you look to see what he does on third down specifically, he still brings the heat, a 12% percentage in terms of getting pressure on third down, almost 12%. That was according to Next Gen Stats. That's really impactful in an area where Atlanta could really use some help. Also, when I look to see here, because my man Baldy doesn't love sacks necessarily, he thinks they're a little misleading. So I went back and looked at number of key pressures he got, meaning not just sacks, but also in key pressures. He had like 21 of them on third down. So Baldy, there you go, little extra nugget for you.
Well, Cynthia, where did Justin Houston go to school? Now, he is a Georgia Bulldog. He is from Statesboro, Georgia. I agree with you, Cynthia. I think the Falcons make a lot of sense. They got Dante Fowler on one side. If you bring Justin Houston in, when I watched him the last 2 years in Indianapolis, Cynthia, he started 33 straight games for him, had 31 quarterback hits. He's been durable, doesn't say too much. He lets his playing do the talking. I kind of like those kind of players. He might fit well in that new culture with the Atlanta Falcons. I agree with you, Cynthia.
I like when you guys are in agreement. It's great. All right, another pass rusher still on the market, Melvin Ingram, who missed 9 games last season. Where would the 3-time Pro Bowler have the biggest impact, Cynthia?
Well, you have to look before the injury from 2 years ago and see how he was so effective in when he didn't miss any games. I mean, he went 4 straight seasons without missing any. What I like about Melvin Ingram is, again, remember that number, 12%. He had a 12% pressure rate in those span of time where he didn't miss any time. So where do I like him? Kansas City. They need some help. Steve Spagnuolo loves to get the pressure. He loves to bring the heat. And last season, it was a little strategic, but they didn't do it like you usually see him doing. So for me, when I look at Melvin Ingram, I think he'd be a great fit there, again, assuming that he's completely healthy, because he's still got that get up and go along the edge. He has a great fast burst. First 3 yards traveled are very fast.
I'm a Melvin Ingram fan. He feels like he's the best athlete on the field every week. If it was playing the NBA basketball, he feels like he could take anybody off the dribble. He's a versatile player, Cynthia. He can line up and play middle linebacker. He does on short yards and goal line, has for the Chargers. He can play in a 3-4 system, a 4-3 system. So when I think about what's a good fit, what about Brian Flores in Miami, where they're building a beast in Miami with a lot of veteran players. They let Kyle Van Noy go, but this is a guy that can play with his hand down. He can stand up as an outside linebacker, and he's a great athlete. And he's a great culture guy. I mean, he loves to play the game of football. He's got a smile on his face all day, every day. I think Miami would be a good fit.
Baldy, you're speaking my language. I like this. All right, let's stay on the defensive side of the ball, but transition to linebacker. KJ Wright is still on the market, Cynthia. Where do you have him making the biggest impact?
Well, Seattle fans are really going to love me because he actually stays home in my model. That is the best place for him. Why? Because of how good he is in coverage. When you look to see the strategy that they employ and you look to see how he works in coverage alongside a guy like Jamal Adams, who really comes up front and blitzes, that means that coverage linebacker is a really important position for the Seahawks, meaning he drives the most uptick in wins for the Seattle Seahawks. For me, KJ Wright stays home.
Well, I can't disagree that much with you, Cynthia, but I'm going to. Because they have Jordan Brooks there, they drafted. He's on the field with Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams. That's sort of their linebacking core right now. But I think a competitor would be really smart by taking the services like the San Francisco 49ers, because they have watched him on tape practically every year on every single game tape when they see him. We know he's a very smart player. We know that he takes good care of himself. He could plug him in a lot of different ways. Like you said, he could cover the tight end on a strong side linebacker role. He could play off the ball inside linebacker with Freddie Warner. There's a lot of ways that you can use KJ Wright. I think the 49ers might be smart in plucking him away from Seattle and putting him in a 49er uniform.
Baldy, that's exactly what I was thinking about. The compliment there with Fred Warner on that defense would be bananas. All right, thanks, Baldy. Cynthia, thank you as always. If you want to check out the full article, head to NFL.com/Freeland.